Alright, my viewers and subscribers, welcome back. You know how it go already, my peeps. I always try to make sure I give you guys a full roundup of how the West Indies players would have performed over there in the Abu Dhabi, the Abu Dhabi T-10 League that is going on. Some call it the Holiday Cricket League. So quite a few West Indians were in action today, and they performed well. Rahman Powell, he had 76, I think it was an unbeaten 76, was able to lead his team to victory. A couple of other West Indians were in good, were performed well also. So I'm going to go through and give you a quick recap or a rundown of the scorecards so you can know exactly how our players performed. So the first game, we had the Tigers taking on the Northern Warriors, and the Northern Warriors, that is the team that is captained by Jamaican Rahman Powell, and the Tigers, they are captained by Shakib Al Hassan. And the Northern Warriors, they were able to win that game by 6 wickets. So the Tigers batted first and they put together 117 for 4. 117 for 4. Evan Lewis, he top scored in that game there, getting 38 from 15. He actually did not open based on what I am seeing here. 38 from 15. I think he batted at number 4. 38 from 15 with 3 sixes and 2 fours in his knock. Bowling for the Northern Warriors, we had Ryan Emmert. He had 2 overs for 37 runs, picked up 1 wicket. So he was the lone West Indian, I think, that bowled in that innings there. Now, the Northern Warriors, they were able to chase down 117. They got 118 for 4 with 4 deliveries to spare. And it was courtesy of their captain, Rahman Powell, who had an unbeaten 76. And his 76 came off 28 deliveries with 9 sixes and 1 4. Kennar Lewis batted also. He had 8 from 10. And Sheffield Rutherford had 22 from 11 deliveries. Now, in terms of the bowling, Shakib Al Hassan, the captain, he bowled 2 overs and he had 2 wickets for 20 runs. So Rahman Powell and the Northern Warriors winning that game there by all of 6 wickets. And that was basically how that game went. So let us move on to the next game now. As I said, we have 3 games were played today, and I'm going to give you a rundown of all of them. So the next game, we had the Morrisville Army. They played the Chennai Braves, and the Chennai Braves, they actually lost the game there. The Morrisville Army beating the Chennai Braves by all of 8 wickets. So the Chennai Braves, they batted first and they were only able to put 105 on the board, 105 for 4. And we had a couple of West Indians in that game there. So the Chennai Braves getting 105 for 4, right? Carlos Brathwaite, he was only able to make 1. So Carlos Brathwaite had 1. The top scorer there was David Milan, getting 32 from 20. As I said, Carlos Brathwaite not being able to do much. Sheldon Cottrell, he had 2 overs for 31 runs, didn't pick up any wickets. And we also had Anrik Nakia bowling, doing his thing, bowling 2 overs, 11 runs, picking up 1 wicket. Did I say? Yeah. Nakia, let me see. Anrik Nakia picked up 2 wickets actually. 2 wickets for 11 runs. So he was the pick of the bowlers there. And going in search of that, the Morrisville Army, they were able to get up to 107 for 2. 107 for 2 in 9.2 overs. Johnson Charles getting 23 from 13 at the top of the innings there. But the top scorer was Janat, I think his name is pronounced. He had 58 from 28. Shemran Hetmaya, he did not get a chance to bat in that game, so he was not able to contribute. Carlos Brathwaite, he bowled 1.2 overs, giving away 19 runs and picking up 1 wicket, as the Army, they were able to secure a victory there by 8 wickets. So that is basically how that game went. So let me just give you some information as it relates to the third and final game that was played in today's schedule. A couple of other guys, we had the Delhi Bulls going up against the Deccan Gladiators, and the Deccan Gladiators were able to beat the Delhi Bulls by 18 runs. So shout out to the Declan Gladiators. So the Declan Gladiators batted first and they got 140 for 2. 140 for 2, my peeps. And Nicholas Pooran, he had 34 from 17. The former West Indies captain Andre Russell, he remained not out, getting 10 from 6. Odin Smith did not get a chance to bat. The top scorer in that, I think he's called Cadmore. He had 82 from 33 deliveries. So he was the top scorer. Bowling for the Delhi Bulls, we had Keemo Paul bowling 1 over, cost him 18 runs. And Dominic Drake's 1 over cost him 21 runs. And both guys, they weren't able to pick up any wickets. So those were the 2 West Indians that bowled in that innings there. Now, the Delhi Bulls going in search of that 100, well, the Delhi Bulls, yeah, going in search of that 140 that was set by the Declan Gladiators. They were only able to get 122 for 4. 122 for 4, and Keemo Paul, he had 14 from 8. Tim David top scored with 48 as they fell short by 18 runs. Bowling there, Andre Russell had 2 overs, 26 runs, picked up 1 wicket. So he was the lone West Indian bowling there. So those were the West Indians that were in action, and that is how the game, that's what it looked like in terms of the scorecard. So just thought I would go through, as per usual, give you guys a quick catch up on what the players did. So that is it for that aspect. Just to touch on this before I go, my peeps. Asafa Powell, he has actually called time on his track and field career, his illustrious career, representing Jamaica and the Caribbean at the international scene for quite some time. You understand, from all the way back in 2004, 5, 6, somewhere thereabout. At one point in time, he was a world record holder before Usain Bolt came and made it known that people are able to run 9.62 and 9.58 and them sort of things. Asafa Powell, he definitely represented Jamaica and the Caribbean with a lot of dignity. You understand, wasn't able to really win much individual medal at the highest level. You understand, at the Olympic level, let me say that. But he definitely represented us well, and his work will definitely not go unnoticed. He's one of the greatest sprinters to have done it. The man with the most sub-10s where track and field is concerned. Shout out to Mr. Asafa Powell. And as I said before, there was a Usain Bolt. Asafa Powell was the man. His name is the name that people from the West Indies, from around the world, his name is the name that we were chanting before Usain Bolt came and showed us that there's an alien living amongst us. So shout out to Asafa Powell, whatever the next chapter is. Hope he enjoy himself and big up himself. See? That is it, my peeps. Big up on yourself and watch out for my video tomorrow morning. I will be giving you guys an update. I will be talking to you about my playing 11 going into that first test against Australia. Big up.